another each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Happy trudging sober Monday. Monday. Oh, the start of a new week. New chance. Another chance to do what we do best, right? Yep. It's true. Another week that we get to demonstrate to the world around us what life could be like. Ooh, that's way too close. Yeah, let's move that back. Hope everybody had a good sober weekend. Maybe you had a slip. Maybe you had a slip during the weekend. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. If you're back, you're back. Stuff happens. That's the great thing about AA. You know, even if you go to some of these other ones, you got to be careful because then they're going to want to do no. Well, let's talk about why you relapsed. That's not always the smartest thing, talking about why you relapsed, why you slipped. Maybe for a few minutes, but it's usually best to move on. It happened. It is what it is. Where you don't repeat the mistake. What we're going to do is look to see what happened. We're going to find out what happened. Good morning, Leisure. It's good to see you. Everybody can see my new shirt. I may, if you'll never know I won the lottery, but there'll be signs. I got a new shirt. Grandkids bought this for me this weekend. Kind of tells you what people think of me. I always get these shirts about me being correct, peoply being peoply. This one says I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. I don't know. Not even sure I'm going for that anymore, but it is funny. And they bought it for me, so I'm gonna wear it. I also have other shirts that are given to me that I just think look horrible. I mean, but I wear them anyway. We're moving into a new song today. I didn't even put the two together. Yesterday we did Man in the Mirror. Or was it Saturday? It was either yesterday or Saturday we did Man in the Mirror. That was a Michael Jackson song. Today we're reverting to the Rolling Stones, and you can't always get what you want. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I am a no bullshit person in recovery who's been doing this for a long time, who now wants to help you out. Yeah, so I'm here. So I'm here to help other people out. A lot of people have been catching my stuff lately. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. I do a lot of stuff in this area. There was no Take 12 radio today. He is doing the top recovery 40 countdown today. So good job. If you can go catch that on Take 12 radio. Monty Man's doing that today. I don't know if it's live or if it's out or what's going on with it. But I really like Monty. We have a lot of fun. That and he puts me on radio. So he's my friend. Oh, what it was. I just kind of fit right into that mix of it's a Gen X thing, and you can feel the Gen X in it. That's for darn sure. Good morning, Kara. It's good to see you, honey. Good to see you. That's my daughter. So if I call her sweetie and things, I get to. You do not, however. I know she's pretty and she's unavailable, says Dad. Like I have any fucking say so. All right, we're having fun here. We're just having a little bit of fun. It's okay. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. My regular listeners know me better. Says just got home from the gym. I missed it so much. Felt like coming back home. Good for you. Good job, sweetie. I love you. Proud of you. Mel, to you. Yeah. Good morning, kitty. All right. So you can't always get what you want. There's more to that, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. You're singing it in your head too, huh? I can even hear the background girls going, oh, that angelic sound, right? Kara says, very much unavailable, focused on my right. Good job, girl. You go, girl. Girl power. Why do we need to understand this? Why is it important for alcoholics? Patience. Patience, my love. Patience. Stole that from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Gollum says that. Patience. Patience, my love. Right. They did such a great job filling that actor. Forget his name off the top of my head. I can see it. It's a last name I can't pronounce. Anyway. He's also in the MCU. Yeah. Okay. He's always trying to steal vibranium from Wakanda. I can't remember the name of this. God, what is it? I'll remember. Morning, Amber. Good to see you. All right, everybody's here. Let's get started. I asked, why is it important in recovery that we understand? And it says the iconic song by the Rolling Stone holds profound message for those navigating challenging a path through recovery. According to recovery medicine, fuck recovery medicine, this is the Dion Show. No, they're correct. Accepting you can't always have things exactly as you desire is crucial for several reasons. Let's see how many of these I get right. We'll make this into a game show. Man, oh, you know what? That's a great. I just came up with an idea. What if we had like a Family Feud thing here? but in recovery, and people could answer, right? Right? And you could get like the number one answer for certain things. Like, what is the number one cause of relapse? It'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, how the fuck would you pull something off like that? Like the Recovery Family Feud. Yeah. They need like a game show, right? Where you win prizes. But yeah, I mean, the prizes, I don't have much. They'd be like a paper clip. I touched this pen. I'll send it to you. What's the number one reason that we need to understand that we're not always going to get what we want? Well, I'm kind of selfish. Not kind of. I'm being nice about it. I'm very selfish. Man, we live in what is called the microwave age. That's what I call it. Because everybody wants everything on instant minute. God, we want it quicker and quicker, quicker. Come on. Can I have it? Can I have it now? Huh? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Come on. Just a little patience. GNR. Maybe that's the game show. I will sing certain songs, and if you get them correct, then you win something. You win. Good job. Told you I'm broke. I got a shirt that my grandkids gave me with my wife's money. Was that kind of them? So kind. Because I'm going to need to learn some patience. Delayed gratification. Can't have it now. This leads to accountability. Right? And I don't care what stage of recovery you're in. If you don't have accountability going on, danger, Dr. Robinson, danger. Got to be accountable at all times. You want to know something weird? You want to know something really weird? Did you know that non-alcoholics tell each other where they're going when they leave the house? Did you know that they just call that basic respect? Huh? Yeah, so start doing it. See, when they asked me to do it, I felt like they were picking on me. Turns out everybody was kind of doing it. They were not picking on me. They were just showing me another avenue to become a working member of society again. I have to be accountable. If I go on break from work, I got to tell people where I'm at, where I'll be going, when I'll be back. When I leave the house, I tell people where I'm going, what is happening. so that they know where I'm at and what is going on. Accountability is the number one way to stay sober. Yeah, because it leads to delayed gratification, which you're going to need. Oh gosh, a drink sounds really good right now. We're going to need delayed gratification at this point. Well, and if you have accountability, it's going to be a lot easier to do. Well, I have a meeting at 5:00. I can't do that. I can't do that. I have to meet my sponsor at 4:00. I can't do. See how our accountability, it changes the mind like that. Bam, 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 bam. Unless you've already gotten caught up in the obsession, in which case I would suggest you go to God. I would suggest you go to God. God, I'm going through this. Right. Yeah. These last 70 seconds. Get through that 70 seconds and you'll be all right. 70 seconds isn't too long, is it? It's 10 seconds beyond a minute. Can you not take a drink for a minute and 10 seconds? Yes, you can. You're going to get through that trigger. You're going to get through it. All right. So let's get to some of these. Reduces unrealistic expectations. What? I had unrealistic expectations. Yeah. Right now I'm power washing the back porch. Everybody's like, oh, it looks good. It looks good. In my mind, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, but it ain't perfect. It is not where I want it to be. That is not what I envisioned in my head. I did not get, my expectation was not fulfilled. I'm going to run over it again. And then it's probably going to be at 90%. And then I will be satisfied. I can't fill the cracks. I mean, the thing's all also, dipped by 1.5 inches towards the house and stuff. So there's certain things that I can't do, right? And even this morning, I went and looked at it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is good enough for this year. Maybe it looks good enough to do what it is that I'd like to go for. So lowering my expectations on certain, or otherwise I will be out there going inch by inch in 90-degree weather. I will do it. All right. So reducing unrealistic expectations, especially on other people, but definitely on yourself. Take it easy. Many entering recovery expect a quick and easy fix, or that their problems will vanish overnight once they stop using substances. A lot of people I used to hear that, I don't hear it as much now, but I do still hear it. No, guess what? The alcohol wasn't the problem. The drugs weren't the problems. The gambling, the sex addiction, that isn't the problem. Nope. Now, I know as far as alcoholism goes, there is one point where about half your problems will go away. This is for alcoholism only. It does not happen with the other addictions. This is what separates us. One of the things that separates us. Dreaming. When you drink, you don't dream. When you don't dream, you don't rem. And when you don't rem, you go fucking bananas. You go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. Then things start happening. You start seeing shit too. Nothing like them fucking ghost people when you're detoxing, man. At least they can hold a conversation. Yeah, that conversation is, you're going to die. All right. So you don't dream. So half your shit's made up. This is for alcoholism. It does not happen. The other things, you will get lack of sleep, but not like alcoholism. And it's true for everybody. When you drink, you don't dream. Period. So what happens? Well, you in that first 28 days, for the most part, on an average, you get what we call a good night's sleep. You wake up, you feel refreshed and unabated. You feel like half your problems are gone. And this is the pivot. This is a pivot in alcoholism. And one of two things is going to happen. One of two things is going to happen at this point. Either A, you're going to stop going to your meetings because you feel better, or two, or B, or two, or whatever. You're going to go back to AA meetings and double down, or go back to whatever peer support you're doing, or whatever you've been doing. It's going to be one of those two things. Okay? Fosters acceptance and resilience. Kira says, my detox back in January, I had to have a light on because I kept seeing shadows. Yeah. Oh, they were there. I believe in certain things. I believe that alcohol for alcoholics is a demonic possession. And when you try and get out of it, it wants your ass. Devil comes after me a lot. Not as much lately. Maybe it has, but I don't notice it. But you can't ignore it either. You can't ignore it either. You have to accept it. It's actually a good sign, even though it can hurt. Devil comes after me often. Where do you think those intrusive thoughts come from? Yeah. We need exorcism is what we need. In a sense, the death of the old self, letting go of alcohol, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yes, they call it spirits for a reason. That's the exact reason. All right. So it also, accepting that you're not always going to get what you want fosters acceptance and resilience. Learning to accept what you cannot control, including the past and certain aspects of recovery journey itself. It is vital for moving forward. Acceptance is the context of recovery, means acknowledging the reality of your addiction, its impact, and the need for support rather than resisting or denying it. This mindset builds emotional resilience, helping individuals navigate setbacks and difficult emotions without giving up. Now, so you're going to go through a couple of things, but if you can get delayed gratification in your life, then you can start accepting things for what they kind of are. Right? Over the last 6-7 months, we have not had any money really coming in. I had to accept it. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've had it a lot fucking worse. So there was a resilience already built in from what I had gone through in the past. I've lived on Skid Row. This is nothing. I will bask in glory this broke. Okay. All right. I knew God would take care of us. I knew things would be taken care of. My wife and I have been through way more than this. Okay. So we had built up a resilience because we had gone through things like this before. We knew what to do. We knew which bills had to be paid first. We knew what had to be taken care of. And I'm going to tell you something. We never even really sat down and talked about it that much. It just got done because her and I have been together for 15 years and we know how each other works. Helps manage emotional responses. You're not going to be so reactive. You won't be as reactive to the things that are coming at you. Yesterday, there was a group text that came from my mom saying that she was gonna, that she's having back surgery and she was just letting us know. And I wrote, all right, I said, all right, who stepped on the crack and broke mom's back? It was just a quick joke because everybody's kind of joke around. My little brother seemed to get a little upset because I was funnier than him or something, but I could just feel that anger. And he writes, oh, we all know that was you, Dion. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? And I didn't, and I can feel the angst in it, but it's a text message. So what's going on here? Am I taking it the way that it needs to be taken? Or am I presuming that there's angst in it because of previous interactions with him? See, I'm going with the second one. Why would it be any different? Why would it be any different? I said nothing. I waited till this morning. Then I said, I hope it goes well, Mom. If you need anything, let me know. I love you. I'm not even going to react. I'm not reacting to that one. And why? Because there's a good chance that Dion is misinterpreting that. Oh, did you think it was so I wouldn't offend? No, I don't work that way. I'm kind, not nice. I'll confront you on bullshit. I don't have a problem with that. And I'll laugh doing it. I don't mind. You're human. I'm human. We make mistakes, right? It encourages patience. Encourages patience. All right. Now, I remember in the beginning of my, when I first got sober, we all know I'm an idea guy. And I have an idea a minute. I still do. I just don't listen to most of them now. I mean, I came up with one earlier, making a game show out of this. Nobody said, oh, yeah, that's a cool fucking idea, so I'm not going to do it. Clearly, it wasn't a good idea. It was. It was a decent idea. I'm just fucking around, right? But bring things up to my sponsor in the beginning, and he would say, no, Dion, no, you can't do that. You barely got your own ass on here. You need to remind me. And then after a few years in the program, God started saying, not yet. Now God says yes a lot. Not always. Not always. Why is that? Why is God saying yes now? Because my will is in line with God's will right now. Usually is. I'm usually in line with God's will. Not always. All right. Like Friday night, something happened. And it kind of fucked the whole weekend. And it upset me a lot. I was crying. Not that it takes a lot to make me cry. Yeah. But even then, I knew something was off. It's that intuition. I've just been through too much. Anyway, so addiction often involves a pattern of seeking immediate gratification. See, you're used to it. We're used to instant gratification, just add alcohol. Right? Always looking for that thing that'll make us feel better right now. And this is the mistake that a lot of people that come into the program, you see it all over the place. People wanting instant gratification. We make videos jumping up and down, doing all these. Okay, this is about recovery. And number one, let's show a little bit of respect. I understand that you look great in your recovery, but put on a damn shirt. We don't care. I'm 54. I don't give a fuck. Okay. But when you're sitting there jumping around saying, take a look at me and seeing how high I could, when the intention is for likes and loves and comments, that's not recovery. It's not recovery. That's attention seeking. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be proud of your body. It doesn't mean that, yeah, good job, man. I got a grandpa bod. I got a big old pop belly. Right. I'm a solid 202, standing 5'9". I'm literally the epitome of a 54-year-old white male, is what I am. All right. Now we're gonna have to be careful because what are we doing? We're creating new skills here. Okay, this is a new skill, and in the beginning, it's going to be tough, but you will get used to it, and it's going to help you throughout your day. If you can accept that you're not going to get what you want right now, then your thoughts better be tuned to, okay, if that's not happening right now, then God, what do I need to do to make the world a better place? That best be your next fucking thought. If the intention is not to make the world a better place, it's not on the table anymore. Those days are over. If I'm going to cause more confusion than harmony, I best stay out of it. Now, sometimes a little confusion is required to get to harmony. Sometimes a little pain is required for harmony to get to harmony. We call this advocating. And it's not easy to do, but you do it all the time. You're turning pain into progress. And that's what we are going for here. Okay. One of the most important parts is this: you have to live in the now. Alcoholics have to live in the now. We cannot be what ifing, or we cannot be living in the past. The saying goes that if we have 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, we're pissing all over today. And that's not going to do any good, now is it? It's not going to do you good. It's not going to do me any good. It is important that alcoholics live in the now. It's all you have. This is literally a day at a time program. Well, I only have 7 days. No, you got 7 days, and that's a fucking miracle, my friends. That's a miracle. Well, I have 24 hours. Go right on. 24 hours is hard. We get it. See? That's the difference between being around recovered alcoholics versus, and don't get me wrong, because we need the professionals. But the professionals don't get to do that because they haven't been there. They don't have the experience. We need, in order for the best chances for an alcoholic are this: recovered alcoholics and the right professionals. Man, you'll have a really good fucking chance if you work with both these people. But they have to be aligned. They have to be aligned. All right. Promote self-compassion. Yeah, what about you? Well, I'm not going to get what I want right now. Maybe I can just sit down and enjoy these birds singing. Oh, man, that's kind of nice. Oh, it got quiet around here. Wow, that's nice. I think I'm just going to enjoy the quiet. Maybe a good book. I've been meaning to get to that book. The garage. I go sweep out the garage. See how my mind's already motivated to start doing other things. Because I'm not going to, yeah. But if you try, you'll find you get what you need. What do you need? What do you need? You need air. You need water. You need food. There you go. You don't need any more. What about shelter? You don't need that. That is not a need. That is a want. You want shelter. I get it. It provides you more security. Do I need electricity? Do I? Do I need it or do I want it? My car out there. Do I need or want that car? Do I really, really need it? Well, in order for me to do God's will, I need it. Well, Jesus didn't have a car. He just had a pair of fucking sandals. Just saying. And he did great. People are still talking about him. To this day, people are still talking about the dude. Did he need that stuff? No. Here's actually another thing that I think everybody needs. Love. Yeah. What the world needs now is a hug, a big fucking hug. Recognizing that mistakes and setbacks are normal part of recovery process rather than expecting perfection fosters self-compassion. This compassionate view reduces guilt and promotes continued effort even after difficulties. Now, in the beginning, you're going to make a mistake, and this is how you're going to act because, well, we're alcoholics. Stupid. I'm so stupid. You might even hit yourself in the head. You might even physically abuse yourself a little bit, maybe not causing any real harm. You got to stop that. No name calling. And if you call yourself a name in front of me, I'm going to say something to you. And it's going to go something like this. Hey, do not call my friend names or I will put my foot up your ass. That includes you calling yourself a name. You talk shit about one of my friends or even really talk shit about anybody around me. If you're 10-stepping it, that's something else. We're getting to a solution and it's going to be about you, not them. That's something else. But if you're calling just to talk shit about somebody else, I'm not up for it. Even if I don't like the person. Sure, I got my own stuff, but to me, it's just going to feel like we're doing this so that I feel superior to them. Or what am I trying to justify in my life right now that I need to pick on somebody else? That's really what it is. What's going on in Dion's life that he wants the attention to be over here right now? Why is that going on? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. These are the things that give us delayed gratification. I grew up my whole life, Dion, you're so impatient. You're so impatient. And it's not true. I have a shit ton of patience. I Yeah. I was in group homes for years. I've been in and out of jail. You think you ain't waiting? I've been homeless before. You think I didn't have to wait hours for a bologna sandwich? I did. I've been patiently waiting for this detox to open 3 years now. Going on 3 years, patiently waiting. I have not driven everybody off, so see patience. So don't buy the fact that people are telling you don't have patience. I'm just an outspoken guy, but that doesn't mean I don't have patience. I do. Right? Like I can tell you right now, something that happened on Friday. There's people who are like, yeah, you need to get rid of that person. You need nope, ain't gonna happen. Patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. I'm a forever person. See, I can put my own shit aside to get to the right thing. It's all right to do. Because sure, I have emotions around what happened, but that's going to be between me and my therapist, and that's where it's going to stay. That's the right arena. It builds stronger relationships, accepting that relationships may not instantly return to their pre-addiction state and require rebuilding. So, what is the one of the major things? There's a few things that they didn't catch. One of the big things: trust with other people. Well, I feel better about myself. I'm doing this and it's been a month and a half, 2 months. Okay. I understand that you're feeling better. I understand that AA is a catalyst and that it's going to make you feel better quicker than a lot of other places. And it's not actually even AA. It's God doing that. God relieved your obsession. The only reason that I am what I am is only by one thing, by the grace of God. Without the grace of God, I'm nothing. Which kind of sounds like a finality. But, well, I don't want to jump in. Well, then you go do what you're going to do. But God has provided me with a fruitful, happy, joyful life. So I'm going to continue doing what he says. Right. But I have better relationships with everybody that I come across, or at least I try. Even if they've made a mistake, because guess what? I've made mistakes, and you know what I did? I changed. And I believe that people can change. I believe that you can change. I believe that we can all do it. What it comes down to is what amount of work are you willing to put into it? And I'll end on this again. I'm repeating. If the intention is not to make the world a better place, it's probably best to go sit on your ass and do nothing. Or at least think of something that'll make it better. You'd be amazed at all the little things that you can do to make the world a better place. Start with this, your attitude. Start with your attitude. Make it a good attitude. That is a great start on making God's world a better place. Just by loving yourself a little bit more. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a